It's the only drink that I'm willing to, with caffeine that I'm willing to drink because it's like Red Bull but without all the junk.
Oh, really? What's
It's called Jocko Go.
okay?
Jocko Willink is a Navy SEAL. He has a company called Echelon Front, and it's kind of all based around extreme ownership. You take ownership for what you do and your actions, and you can't blame other people for one things that you can't control, but you can't blame them for just bad things happening. So instead of like if someone comes up to you in like a corporate office or something and says, this wasn't getting done on time, you didn't finish this group of tasks and now everyone's delayed. It's taking that extreme ownership of not saying, well, this person wasn't able to get their task done, or this person wasn't able to give me the right resources at the right time, and so now I'm delayed. It's saying I'm aware of it. I understand that it is really hurting the company, but I'm actively working to get back on track, and this is my plan to get it done as soon as possible.
And you believe in that, right?
Yeah, I'm still learning it, but yeah, that's something I believe
I
in.
believe in it too. I think that the buck should stop with you. I think that because I can't blame anyone for anything go wrong in my business, right? And there's times may have made a mistake. Well, sometimes I admitted to a mistake due to clerical error, whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? And I paid for it, right? Because I can't say, well, it's not my fault because these people entrusted me, right? They didn't vote for me, but they entrust me, right? Right. So I'm totally 100% agreement with you on that. I think that you take ownership of everything you do.
Yeah, and it's better because, like, one, you de-escalate the situation because now they're not as angry because you're being very humble. Like you not only tell them that it's you one you agree with them, but at the same time you're also not like destroying your own ego by agreeing with them because you're taking responsibility for it. And then on the other side of it, they put more trust in you because they can see that when something goes wrong, you have a
You
plan
got it.
behind it,
Exactly. Yeah.
and that they
Yeah.
can trust that you do that all the time because you do say that same thing over and over that I made a mistake, I apologize, I'm going to fix it, and this is how I'm going to get it fixed.
But think about it. If we raise our kids to think that way,
Public high school, their incentive is not to educate properly. Their incentive is to create workers, people who just go to
exactly.
nine to
Yeah.
five jobs. But that's the responsibility. It's not the responsibility of other people to raise. Like if I had my own kids, it wouldn't be the responsibility of a school to raise my kids. It would be my responsibility to instill those things, not by discipline, not by telling them, hey, read this textbook right now, but to set that example that this is how I do it. Do you have anything with that for your kids? That like when you were raising your kids?
Well, I tried the books on my first child, and I was more confused than anything ever. But then I realized my mom told me, says, have a relationship with your child, relate to him. You know, you can get engaged. You get to know your child as a baby, right? And it's funny that you know when the cry, it's the same cries when they hungry, when they wet, whatever, right? Or when they tired, right? But as you develop a relationship with your baby, you'll be able to determine which cry is which.
And is there a difference between, because I know there's one saying where or one idea where the first 10, 12, 15 years of the child's life, you can't be their friend. You have to show them, you have to instill discipline. And then like when they start becoming more responsible for themselves and less dependent on you, then you become their friend.
Yeah, my son and I had a conversation recently about how, because I was telling him about his uncle. His uncle has the same relationship with him now at 19 than he had when he was 5, right? And I said I had to reestablish a new relationship with you when you turn 18 because you're a man now. I had to relate to you differently, right? And so, yeah, I don't say so much like a friend, but you really want to please, you want to just your child to be happy, you want to please them, whatever, right? So you give him way too much crap, right? Only thing I help my son with now as far as, because he don't have any bills, but I match whatever you put into his Roth, right? So if you put in 250, I put in 250, something like that. So we do that. But as far as everything else, no, he does ask me for money. He doesn't. All right. So, and I've been waiting for him to ask me to. All right.
So you can be like, no.
He's like, oh, I filled these applications, see if you qualify.
Is there a good balance between being wanting to give your kids everything and then also knowing that they have to earn it themselves?
when they're a child, no, but when they get older, there's there's an imbalance, if you will, right? Because tough love is good, and this is reality now. As a kid, I might live in fantasy land, whatever, think that there's Santa Claus and things magically appear beneath the tree, things like that, but in real life, it doesn't work that way, and they have to see it. They have to see it, right?
Do you have a way of seeing that for yourself where you don't indulge yourself on the luxuries and you just keep yourself in check?
Tell you, I'm 62, right? And
I keep forgetting that.
I love shoes. I love Jordans, things like that. But I've been buying Jordans since 1985, right? And my foot hasn't grown since then, right? So I have a lot of shoes, but when people see me, they think I just want about no pair of shoes. No, 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 no. I've had these for years, man, years. Right? My wife complained about the closet space now, right? But what I do every year, I buy the same thing. I throw in my old socks, t-shirts, I don't want things like that, right? I buy those every year, and I buy new pillows every year. So my wife said, "That's kind of strange. What about pillows?" I was, well, I'm spending 8 hours a night on this pillow, right? And a year's time, I got my use out of it, right? To buy new pillows, right? But as far as extravagant things, no.